So talk about what else is necessary and maybe even talk us through what a session would look like and maybe what to be doing. Because how long is it? Should you be in a stress-free zone and not doing work and not watching the news? What do you want to see with people using this device?
So it's the device itself is intended to be portable, literally fit into your routine.
Mhm.
So if you don't have a choice, I like to start with that. So when I look back at my life, when I was working in the hospital 12, 14 hours a day, literally. So hospital leadership, physicians, nurses, I mean, these are people who are not, you don't have the luxury of taking a walk. You just go walk it off for 30 minutes. It's not going to happen. So change your stress environment, not going to happen. So it's intended to be appropriate for those environments also. So I'll start there and say a 10 to 15-minute session, which you can literally put the device itself in your pocket and put one earbud in. So as long as if you're on a break or if you're at your desk or if you're in a hospital situation or a clinic environment and you're charting, then you can do this to help bring you down out of a stressful situation and kind of help balance that nervous system again and get you a little bit of that edge taken off. Um, you can, if you're using it for sleep, right? We have some really good results that it helps improve deep sleep. It helps decrease restless sleep. So the amount of times you move during the night, and decreases the amount of time it takes you to get to sleep. So doing it within an hour of bed, everyone should have some sort of bedtime routine, which includes turning off technology, turning off the TV. Okay, so not going to lecture about that, but for this, within an hour of bed, do a 15-minute session. You can listen to music. We do have the headphones are functional audio. They're not Bose, they're not Beats, but you can listen to audio. You can do guided meditation with them also if you want to choose your own. So whatever you would like to listen to, you can do that. But it's really just 15 minutes.
And how quickly can someone expect to see? Of course, everyone's unique and different.
Yeah.
We know that, but what on the average, the patterns of everything, when do people start to see improvements once they start to stimulate their vagal nerve?
So if you track something, right? So if you wear a wearable, you should see improvement in your sleep within a day or two, honestly, for the majority of people. Those with extreme sleep problems, it may take up to 3 weeks. Kind of like any new routine, it takes a little while for it to take hold. And then for heart rate variability, that seems to be the common thing that people want to look at, heart rate variability as the gold standard of vagal tone. It's not really that easy because heart rate variability has so many different factors that play in. Your hydration, your fitness level, are you sick? Those kinds of things. So, but we do see a change in heart rate variability over time. Some people actually feel very calm right away. So we have a fair amount of people that will feel the results within the same session. I encourage people to pay attention to their own body. And I think that's one of the things we may not do very well, just as a culture. This isn't working for me. But if you pay attention and maybe even journal, God forbid, but do something to keep track of how you're feeling, even versus physiologically what wearable is monitoring signs for you.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see people really do that, give themselves that score while they're doing it, while they're in a kind of calm state and just say,
Mhm.
yesterday I was at this, today I'm at this. I always tell people, don't rely on external devices only to tell you how you are. If we
Right.
did that and run by the labs all the time, half the doctors running labs say you're fine when you know you're not. And you start to think you're crazy then because you feel something, oh, we don't see anything, nothing's wrong with you. That there is
Right.
a difference between the two. And you are your best advocate and best understanding. who you
Right.
are and how you feel. So that's a big one. But if we backtrack a little bit to this idea of heart rate variability, everyone knows the Aura Ring, these kind of other ones. But I actually heard about this, and where I was HeartQuest, a HRV, an advanced
Yes.
system for practitioners.
Mhm.
Have you seen or have you gotten any results from Dr. Kessler's and others on what Neuvana was doing with that? Because it goes beyond Aura Ring, way further. It's an advanced system. It's
Right.
looking, I think, now vagal kind of toning, what's going on, even the chakras, all these things it's looking at.
Right.
Do you have any kind of input from that? What it's showing there as people use the Zen?
Yes. So, and it's a brilliant system. HeartQuest, I think Dr.
Yeah,
Kessler has
we love
done
it.
a
Yeah.
tremendous job with that. The great thing about that system is it specifically identifies physiology that could benefit from vagal stimulation, right? So there's a certain balance of sympathetic versus parasympathetic. And when those people were identified, like this person would benefit versus this person over here may not need it, the results are dramatically different, right? So the person who has been identified in the clinic setting, or in our situation is more in testing, for needing vagal stimulation, you could see the result right away. So do a session, we would do the HeartQuest and then a vagus nerve session. And then immediately afterwards, you could see the difference.
Yeah.
Whereas,
That's the beauty of it, right? You could see
yeah,
that right away, and you could take those parameters right away while you're doing the session. It's not a lab result with a snapshot that you wait weeks for.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then those who are already pretty balanced aren't really going to notice a lot of difference, right? In their, in the way that they can articulate how they feel and physiologically. They're not going to see a huge difference if they're already pretty balanced. And that just makes sense. It's like that with so many things.
And you still could use it in a preventive measure because there's no negative. I think that's
Right.
the big thing a lot of people miss about this. It's like, well, why should I? It's almost, why shouldn't you is a better question, because you
Right.
will become out of balance at some points. And why not be preemptive in giving your body something that could quickly then rebalance it? You're going to have bad days. There's no doubt about it.
Mhm.
And why not be preparing your body in a sense? Would you agree?
Right. Absolutely. And vagal tone is documented to decline over age, right? So once you hit your 50s, then it starts declining. So your stress resilience absolutely changes. And we all have older family members or loved ones or friends, and you wonder, why are they so nervous? Why are they so skittish? But that's because their nervous systems don't function like they used to.